Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Noodle Shop. My name's Tristan.
And I'm Gio.
Let's get right into it.
We're gonna go ahead and talk about Spider-Man. So the new trailer for Spider-Man, No Way
No.
Home.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
Thought I thought it was pretty good. I feel like they're hiding a lot of stuff.
I do feel like they're hiding a lot of stuff, which is
feel-
not bad, you know. As many times as they can bring out a trailer that is hiding things, I think that's good.
Yeah. Well, it's better than them, revealing every single thing that's in the friggin' movie.
They show you the end of the movie and then that's
Yeah.
it, you know. So,
I think that's good. Honestly, I didn't expect Doctor Strange to play such a big factor in this movie. Like, he seems like
So-
he's gonna be a big portion of the movie.
So the rumor, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, but the rumor is he's supposed to be like the new Tony Stark.
Yeah. So he's gonna be in like every movie.
Pretty much because if they have more movies, so like Uncle Ben isn't in this universe,
Yeah.
right? And they don't bring him up, but it's supposed to be like Tony Stark was the Uncle Ben of this universe,
Yeah, and now
it's gonna
Doctor
be
Strange.
Doctor Strange, but.
It's because he has access to the multiverse.
Well, maybe. They were like, let's just use him for the multiverse.
Yeah, I mean he
Um,
does. He's the only one that has access to it.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
no, not
to
really.
manipulate.
There's other characters, but I don't think they've brought in any of those characters that can actually
Like manipulate it. I mean,
manipulate it because
Yeah.
like for example, like you have like Nightcrawler from the X-Men.
Yeah.
He actually travels through dimensions when he teleports. Yeah.
that's cool.
So like there's other characters that can do the stuff that Doctor Strange can do, but they don't talk about it like Mephisto. Everyone keeps thinking Mephisto is Doctor Strange.
He could be. You never know, man.
Maybe we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But I do want to talk about the Sinister Six. I like how the trailer shows pretty much a glimpse or a little snippet of
Each one, yeah.
each one, but they don't show you whoever the sixth one is.
Yeah, I feel like really out of all of them, the only one they actually showed
Was
was Doc Ock.
Doc Ock, yeah, because even Electro, so
They didn't show him.
they didn't show him.
They showed
Sandman, sort of. You
he's
can't
with the Electro.
Yeah,
scene.
you can't really see him too much because he's like it's just a dirt flowing up into the sky,
Yeah,
and then
they didn't show Green Goblin. They just showed his
no.
grenade and him laughing, which
And
was
then the
great.
shadow that everyone's saying is the lizard
Or Venom.
or Venom. I thought it was Venom
Or
at first. I was like,
Scorpion.
no way is Venom in this movie.
Or Vulture.
Oh, it can be so many different villains. I feel like.
Or Tobey Maguire.
Ooh, you know, it'd be a cool theory, and I'm not sure if anyone's come up with it yet. Wouldn't it be cool if the whole movie is an illusion from Mysterio?
That would be insane.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
What if Mysterio is Doctor Strange?
Ooh,
Wow.
That's a good one, too. Wow. And it's all fake?
We just changed the whole
Uh-oh.
game.
Yeah, so, but talking
This is
about...
gonna be our most viral episode right here.
hopefully,
just
right?
because we're
we're talking
theorizing
about-
Spider-Man.
Yeah. People are gonna be like, oh, you heard about that?
Yeah.
Going to Green Goblin, because now people are talking about, I don't remember the actor, but the guy from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, that he played Green Goblin, people are saying that he's Green Goblin.
I really hope not, honestly.
I mean, I didn't hate his Green Goblin. I don't think he had enough screen presence.
Willem Dafoe is
William Dafoe is
fantastic.
Yeah. Well, so people have already debunked it because the pumpkin bomb that they show is
Is-
William Dafoe's pumpkin bomb.
Yeah, it's not.
Not
the
only
dude
that,
from the second.
Dude, you
Amazing
listen to
Spider-Man.
William Dafoe laugh, and the laugh of the Green Goblin is in the trailer, and it sounds like William Dafoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way it's not William Dafoe, and I mean, even if the funny thing is, even if people find out any of these characters in the movie, right? And it doesn't matter if they show, like, for example, if the secret is that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in the movie, right? It's not gonna change the fact of people going to watch this movie because people are gonna watch it more once they find out that that's gonna
that
happen.
they're in it.
Exactly. So I think if William Dafoe's in the movie, it's not gonna change anything.
I think the only thing that I am concerned about is that when this movie comes out, we have to go see it. Like the day it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, everything's gonna be spoiled.
Yes.
Everybody's gonna
I
say
can definitely see that.
every single person on
Yeah.
planet Earth is gonna spoil it once
Yeah,
they see it.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna be, you'll get like the YouTubers that do the trailer, or not the
Reactions and
trailers,
all
but
that.
the reactions, or you'll get the YouTubers that do um the uh the critic reviews.
Yeah.
They probably won't do, they'll do one, where they always do like their one that is spoiler free, and then they're gonna do their spoiler one.
Yeah.
And then you'll end up clicking on the wrong one and watching the dang spoiler. You'll be like,
first-
wait, why is he talking about the whole movie?
The first 5 seconds, he
Yeah.
spoils half the movie.
Yeah, but so going back to the Sinister Six, I think, yeah, for Green Goblin, it definitely has to be William Dafoe, especially with the bomb that they show. They don't show any other of the Green Goblin bombs. So, also, Electro. I really really want to see what they do with Electro, because I didn't hate Electro from Amazing Spider-Man.
See, that's out of all the movies, that's the only Spider-Man movie I didn't see.
Oh, so you didn't see that one? That's
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Dude, so much happens in that movie.
Yeah,
and
I know.
there's like
I need to watch it. I'm gonna watch it before this movie, obviously.
a lot of
but
people don't. They focus too much on the negative side of it, but a lot of stuff happens in that movie. Like the story of Gwen. I'm not gonna say because.
Well, I already know. I know she dies.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah.
That was spoiled when that movie came out.
So then, like her dying, that's a big story arc in the comic books as well. So,
Especially since she didn't die in Tobey Maguire's universe.
But in Tobey Maguire's universe, she wasn't a big character. She was like a kind of like a side character. I felt like.
Yeah. Well, she was part of the villain Spider-Man, kind of.
Yeah, I
When
mean, but
he
there was a lot of
Black
stuff.
suit Spider-Man.
There was a lot of stuff in those movies that I feel like they could have fleshed out. Like I believe Felicia Harding was in one of the movies, and that's Black Cat.
In Tobey
In
Maguire?
Tobey Maguire's movies. I'm pretty sure she was in a movie, but like
Really?
it was like such a small role or such a
I
small
don't
thing.
remember that.
Can't remember. I think, or they mentioned her something like that.
I'll have to watch every Spider-Man
But
movie before this
Electro,
one.
I felt like they did a decent job with Electro, especially because it felt like not necessarily something that could really happen, right? He falls into a vat of like eels and he becomes Electro.
It's
But
like Spider-Man being
I thought
bitten
it was
by a spider.
yeah,
He was
no,
bitten by an eel.
yeah. I thought they did a good job with how he acted. I didn't like, they kind of play like every time he comes on and he does something, they do like this music effect. I didn't like how they did that, but in the new trailer, I like how he has the yellow lightning,
Yeah.
because that kind of goes back to what the original.
I was gonna say I do remember seeing like some footage, like clips from that movie, and he's blue,
Mm-hmm.
and he shoots blue lightning.
Yeah,
I could have
his whole
swore
face
he's
is-
always been
His
yellow.
whole face is blue. So apparently, Jamie Foxx. It's funny because when this movie was coming out, Jamie Foxx was like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing Electro in the new Spider-Man movie,"
Yeah.
and then he like was like, "Oh, I'm just kidding, I'm not playing Electro." And then
he
they
did.
came out with like, "Oh, Electro's gonna be in the movie, but he's not gonna look like how the blue one looked. He's gonna look like Jamie Foxx. Like he's just gonna look normal, but he's
Yeah.
gonna have the Electro powers, which I'm fine with. I wish they would give him like a costume,
like
and,
the suit,
yeah, and even if it wasn't like
the comic book suit.
comic book accurate, but it had like a little bit of like the comic book like flair to it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's something people get scared of. They get scared that you put the comic book flair to the character, and immediately it's a cheesy movie, and that's not necessarily the case. Look at like I feel like
Look
in
at Suicide
X-Men-
Squad.
Oh yeah, look at Suicide Squad. Those were look at John Cena was straight up the comic book character,
Yeah.
and it wasn't cheesy. It was an actual movie. But look at X-Men. For X-Men is a perfect one. How long was Hugh Jackman Wolverine for? And you only see the costume once, and he never wears it.
Yeah. He
You
never
know,
put it on.
He never puts it on. You see it in the Wolverine.
I think it plays on both sides. I think it plays on the side that it scares people away because they're like, oh,
Oh, it's just
it's
a
gonna
comic
be a
book
cheesy
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
I think it scares that away, and I think it scares the like the team that's making the movie, because you have to think like the people that have read the comic books, and they're gonna see it, they're gonna see that costume, and they're gonna be like, oh, that's not
That's
accurate.
not exactly
Yeah,
like
so it
they'll do something that's
hurts
tweaking it.
both
Yeah.
ways. That's why they don't do it, I
Yeah.
feel like.
I
Is because
mean,
if they do it, they're gonna get judged for it. If they don't do it, then nobody's gonna, or if they do it, they're gonna get judged for it, and other people are gonna be scared away. Whereas if they don't do it, they can't really be judged for it necessarily,
yeah,
because
that's
they
true.
can't claim it's a comic book movie at that time.
No, yeah, that's true. The one characters that are the two characters that I feel like aren't gonna be as big, but they'll be in the movie, right? Or
Yeah.
part of like the Sinister Six, if they're gonna have that in the movie, is the Lizard and Sandman. Because the one scene they show Sandman, it looks like he's helping Spider-Man. So partially, like I'm like, he's probably not gonna be part of the Sinister Six.
I honestly, I hope he is, because in the third movie that he was in, I liked him as
No,
Sandman.
yeah, he looked,
He
dude,
was a
he
good
looked
character
like
and
Sandman. It
everything.
was crazy, and it's funny because Sandman's like the most
It's
simple
like the
costume. It's a simple
yeah.
design, you know. It's a dude with a shirt, and he could just change his arms and stuff. And I feel like they killed it with that. Venom in that movie, garbage.
Oh,
I
I
was
agree. The Venom now is 10 times
Oh
better.
yeah, well the Venom now is partially, and I say partially because the story is not there, but it's partially accurate on the look.
Yeah,
Other than
very true.
other than the symbiote hasn't attached to Spider-Man, so it's why he doesn't have the spider on his chest.
Yeah,
But he has the white
which
veins, which is kind of cool. So yeah, we'll
incarnation.
talk about that
Yeah,
in a
we'll talk
second.
about
But
that after this. Yeah,
um, but the I think the best part of the whole trailer was the end when Doc Ock comes out.
I think that's everyone's
I
favorite part of that trailer.
think that that set everyone is coming up with their theories because of that scene.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
prior
here's
to everyone was coming up with theories, but I feel like everyone's
I
coming
was
up
gonna
with theories
say, do
because
you
of that.
think that theory's right, where he's not talking to Tom Holland? He's
I don't
talking
think
to Toby.
I honestly don't think he's talking to Tom Holland. I do think he's talking to Toby because
Or maybe
you,
he's talking to all three of them.
maybe,
They're all standing there, and he's like, "Hello,
but
Peter," because he sees
he says
Toby
it so
Maguire.
nonchalant though,
Yeah,
and like if you watch the original Spider-Man 2 and he says hello to Peter like that, he's very nonchalant, you know.
yeah,
So I feel like that. I do feel like he's
it's
talking to
Toby.
Toby.
Yeah.
The way he says it.
You know what actually is gonna be interesting now that I'm thinking about that is that Tom Holland is the only one that, and they show it in the trailer too. He's the only one that his suit is like morphed to him, like it morphs to him.
So okay, that's why I don't think.
So the
I
other
don't
two
think.
have to actually put their suit on, whereas he can just hit a button on his watch and it
See, so I think that
changes.
there's like a lot of manipulation to the scenes,
Yeah,
and I feel like partially we're gonna see the movie that's in this trailer, like the idea, the story, and what's going on, right? So we can understand the story. I think there's a lot of scenes in the trailer though that are not in the movie. Either they're not in the movie or
or
there's
they're
something different, like they're manipulated.
yeah, which a lot of people are saying like anything after
The Doctor
like
Strange stuff.
yeah, pretty much
I
anything
f-
after the Doctor Strange stuff is all completely out of order,
it's
not even relevant.
completely out of order. And if the climax scene is the bridge scene,
Which I think it is.
there's definitely more people in the scene when they show uh, Tom Holland
The
standing in the middle.
the
Yeah, the
spider
spider suit,
spider arms
the
coming
Iron
out.
Spider. Yeah,
Yeah,
because if you look at like a lot of
it is a wide shot.
that's
So
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. And if you look at the figures for the new the new movie, um his Iron Spidey suit looks different.
it does.
It's completely different. Like so that tells me that they're just taking either footage or CG magic from the Avengers movies,
and
and they're
in
putting it in this movie
So
for
I
now.
was gonna say the other thing that I think both of us noticed was, well, I don't think you noticed it. I noticed it when he's running through the bar. He's wearing a black suit,
Oh,
and then the Electro part, if you pause it, he's also wearing a black suit.
so yeah, because that's supposed to be. So I guess Doctor Strange makes him a suit, is what the theory of it is. I don't think that's the case. I think that
he gets another
makes
suit or
so
something.
Spider-Man, when he fights Electro, he has to make like
An
like a rubber suit. Yeah, basically a rubber suit, so Electro
It
can't
just
get to him.
absorbs. Yeah.
So I think that's him making an Electro suit so he could fight Electro.
Yeah.
But this is
Or
a
Jarvis makes it, because he has access to Jarvis.
Yeah. Or well, is it Jarvis or Friday? I think it's Friday.
Friday. Same difference.
Jarvis dead. Ultron was like, so I think he makes an Electro suit, and they're supposed to be on the action figures. There's a lot of stuff with the like. If you look at the Hot Toys, he has like Doctor Strange powers on the suit.
Yeah.
I think Doctor Strange gives him something to have the powers to fight someone. But in that scene where he pulls the mask off and he's running through the hallway, two things. He has scratches on his chest. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't notice that.
So yeah, he has scratches on his chest. We'll have to probably rewatch it again because you can see it. So I think that he's running from the lizard in that scene probably. Yeah. But second thing, you played the video games, right?
Yeah. The only one I haven't played is the Miles Morales.
Okay, yeah. So he's in the feast, which is where they feed the homeless people. You know, every time you go see.
Oh, I did see that clip that he's at that place.
Yeah, so he's
that
running
there's like a
feast.
sign or something in the background that says it.
So
Miles Morales. Dun dun dun.
So I think that
that's the final boss. Actually, it's Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. He's the bad Spider-Man.
He's the sixth in the Sinister Six.
Oh, that's the biggest question. I'm pretty sure that everyone has is who is the sixth
person.
If there's a sixth. So I wrote earlier who's the fifth and the sixth, and partially going back to Sandman. I honestly don't think Sandman's gonna be part of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, because I don't think he's said.
I don't think he's gonna help.
In that scene, you said like it looks like he's helping Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. He's helping Spider-Man, but I don't. Okay, so something just popped in my head as we're talking about this.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna die in that scene.
To Electro.
Yeah.
Very true. See, when you pointed that out, I was pointing out to you that it's like in Spider-Man 3. At the very end, like when he's trying to save James Franco. I forgot James Franco died in that movie. So there's no way he's in this movie. He looks at Sandman and Sandman's like, I forget what Sandman said. He said like something along the lines of like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Pretty
much.
Then he goes
yeah, and then Spider-Man was like, or Toby was like, it's all right, you know, whatever. Just go be with your family.
He was just my best friend.
Yeah, it was something along those lines. Like they like forgave each other or something, and then he like goes away to his family. So I think that's what that is. He has like this respect for Spider-Man, so he's protecting him.
And that's kind of what I think. And I think, not like I said, now we're talking about it. I think he's gonna die. He's gonna be like the dramatic thing that brings people together in the movie.
He's gonna be like the main reason that they all come together or something. Like
maybe I don't know, or maybe
the
it's like
between the verse,
or maybe that's right.
The sand between the multiverse comes together.
But I could see that happening, like Sandman dying, even though he's in the comic books, he's a big part of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, he is.
But I could see him dying. Lizard still being part of the Sinister Six. Doc Ock, right? Electro and Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And then we have Vulture, Michael Keaton. I don't know if Michael Keaton is in the credits though. I haven't checked. But in all three movies they've talked about, or they've showed Scorpion, or all two movies they showed Scorpion. Because in the first movie he's moving like the guns, right, or something like that from the boat.
Yeah.
And then in the next movie they show him and he has like half of his face is messed up,
Yeah,
and he
they
has
like
like the
show
weird eye.
it's like a it's like they're hinting at it, but
That's what I'm saying.
they're
So
not
like
quite.
he's in the movie. Like Scorpion is in the movie. They haven't said who he is yet. They
Yeah,
say his name, but they haven't said who he is. And
I have a
then
feeling he'll be in it. Honestly,
I hope
I think he will.
I hope he
He's
has
gonna be
like
like moving a box, and then he's just gonna look
he's
up, and
just
that
gonna look
tail's
up.
gonna come out.
Oh, that'd be cool. And then another one is Mysterio.
Yeah, because they haven't said anything about Mysterio
Even though
yet.
Mysterio is, and I'm quoting this, dead, I don't think he's dead.
Oh, it's like we were saying. He
He
could
he
could be Doctor Strange,
he could
and he could just be using his cameras
his
or whatever
camera,
to
yeah.
manipulate.
Well, you
Peter
have
Parker.
to think so in the last movie, right?
God, that would be such a bummer.
It would be a kick in the butt to us too.
That's what I mean. Is like they get to the very end of the movie, and then Mysterio is just like comes out and he's like laughing, and all the Spider-Mans are gone except for Tom Holland. You're
So
like,
check
are
this
you
out too.
serious?
Check this out too. So Mysterio in the last movie is not one person.
Huh?
Quentin Beck is one person, right?
Yeah.
Mysterio's a team.
Huh?
Mysterio
What do you
is
mean
a
he's
team.
a team?
So everyone who was
So you're
shunned
saying
down.
Jake Gyllenhaal is not going to be Mysterio?
So if he did die in the last movie,
It's a different
technically
person.
it could be a different person from the team,
Hmm.
or it could. I mean, it could be Jake Gyllenhaal.
I mean,
still.
yeah, it was a team actually.
But it was a team.
because they were flying
They
the
were
drones.
flying the drones. They were creating the scenarios.
Yeah,
So I mean, it could be like their revenge, right?
that is true.
So I don't know. We'll have
that
to
would
see.
suck.
That
The very end of the movie that they are like, oh, by the way, it was all a joke. That would be a
funny.
huge kick.
So another thing too. So and we talked about this a little earlier, but Ned.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that he's Hobgoblin.
So if you look at him from the last movie to now, the dude's gotten like
Jacked, yeah.
not jacked but fit, you know.
He lost weight.
He lost, like, a
and
lot of
he's
weight.
like, he's a little
And
bit.
you know how Marvel movies are, they make you eat your greens
Yeah.
and make you lose your weight in like 2 days. But I could see him being one of the members of the Sinister Six. Why? Because when Peter Parker's talking to
Strange.
Doctor Strange and tells him, I want everyone to forget about Spider-Man and me.
Except for Ned and
Except for
Aunt
Ned.
May and all.
I feel like Ned ends up finding out that he wants to do that and
And then
feels probably betrayed.
Gets mad that he didn't tell him, even
Yeah.
though he did, and they
Yeah.
just wiped it.
Yeah, because I mean, Spider-Man villains are kind of petty like that.
Yeah.
Look at Green Goblin. He's like, you killed my father, even though he didn't kill his father, right?
Well, that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he
That's
was
James
mad at
Franco.
him for the next 3 movies.
Yeah. I don't
So-
remember what his name was. It wasn't Green Goblin. It was something else.
What do you mean?
James Franco. It wasn't Green Goblin. It was something else.
It's Green Goblin. He was a Green Goblin. He was like the second Green Goblin.
Yeah, but he was called something else. It was something else Goblin. I don't remember what.
I don't know. I'll probably have to rewatch that. I mean, it's been
Years since that movie
for me
came
months,
out.
but every time I watch it now, it's like
I'm gonna have to look it up
Yeah.
shortly.
So talking about Tobey Maguire now and Andrew Garfield. Do you think they're in the movie?
Yes, they're in the movie.
They have to be.
It's like we said.
Even
I think
if
it
it's
was
like
last
cameos, I
episode.
feel like even if it's a cameo.
It's either last episode or 2 episodes ago. I don't remember. We said it like if they're not in the movie,
People are gonna riot.
Marvel is gonna burn to the ground.
People are gonna be like, "This is the last Marvel movie we see."
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna find Marvel Studios and burn it to the ground.
I mean, that's not hard. It's probably somewhere in Disney.
Exactly.
But
They have to be.
they have to be in the movie. So there's other speculations of other characters in the movie as well. So I can't pronounce this dude's name. Caleb.
Mclaughlin.
Yes, he's the dude from Stranger Things.
He's the little kid.
There's
I mean, they're all kids.
there's
but
pictures floating around the internet of him either
walking
on
towards.
set. No, either on set or someone created these pictures, right? But he's wearing a mocap suit like Tom Holland has been seen
For
wearing
Spider-Man.
mocap suit. Yeah. So like him coming in, and they're saying that him coming in as like Miles Morales, like the live action Miles Morales. Which honestly, if you're gonna bring in two Spider-Mans, might as well bring in more, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that wouldn't hurt the movie.
No, that would actually. I feel like that would add to the movie.
Dude,
Honestly.
honestly, even if the next trailer comes out, say the next trailer comes out a month before the movie comes out, and they still don't show Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, but they show Miles Morales.
I don't think they. Honestly, they shouldn't.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think they should either. But I'm just
Because
saying, if they did show Miles Morales and they don't show anything else,
Oh, yeah.
people would be like, "Okay, what's going on?" You know what I'm saying?
Don't even show Morales. Show man, I'm too good at this.
Go.
I
You
was
should
gonna
become
say-
the editor.
I was gonna say at the very end of the second trailer, have like a camera at like the top of a building and it's like panning up, and then you just see a pair of Jordans, and that's it.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Don't show the suit, don't show anything else, just show the Jordans, and that's it.
Yeah, and I feel like what should happen, is it shouldn't just be the Sinister Six.
What do you mean?
It should be like as many villains as they could put in a one movie, against as many Spider-Mans as they could put in one movie.
Yeah, Spider Pig, the sad Spider-Man.
The sad Spider-Man.
Yeah, the black and white one.
Yeah, that's no Spider-Man Noir or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That one.
But I
can't
think that would
remember
be
the rest of 'em.
such a badass scene.
It would.
Like seeing
Like,
different Spider-Mans.
It's like at the end of Endgame when they showed like all of Thanos' army and
Yeah.
then all of the Avengers.
Yeah, and then imagine that with Spider-Man though.
That would be
Like
awesome.
it would be such a cool scene to see all the Spider-Man villains that they
Like,
can
come into
literally
one.
get be in one, including the Venom from Spider-Man 3, you know. Just have him there and
Both of them.
have him die really fast. But another one they're talking about is Emma Stone coming back as
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen, yeah. And I think that again that would be pretty cool to see
Yeah, it would.
in a live action. I mean, her character did die, but what's to say
It's a multiverse.
It's a multiverse, exactly. She can come from another area.
She comes from her own multiverse, technically.
Yeah,
That's how the
technically,
movie,
yeah.
the Spider-Verse movie
And then
works.
going back to Miles, we were actually just talking about it earlier today that there's a deleted scene in
Homecoming.
the last Spider-Man movie, or the first
No,
Spider-Man movie.
The first Tom Holland movie. Yeah.
With Tom Holland and Donald Glover. And when Donald Glover gets put onto the hood or the trunk, you know, he's trying to get out. He's talking to Miles on the phone.
Yeah.
So technically, Miles Morales lives in the
This
world
universe,
of
yeah.
this universe. Yeah, which would be kind of like the Sony MCU, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, Spider-Verse.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna have to see that.
It's like I said, honestly, I think everyone is so excited about Toby and Andrew
Yeah.
that if you put Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen in there, like it would make it even bigger and better than it already was.
Imagine
with
it's
Toby
the worst
and Andrew.
Spider-Man movie.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Everyone finishes the movie and they're just like, "Yo, you got to be kidding me!" Like that movie was garbage.
That's what I'm saying. If they do the Mysterio thing, that's how I will react. I will be like, I'm
But
not
I think
watching
the
Spider-Man ever
Mysterio.
again.
I think the
after that.
Mysterio. So okay, but even this. So they have all these characters in the movie. So you do get to see Andrew Garfield. You do get to see Tobey
Tobey
Maguire.
yeah.
You do get to see
Doc
William
Ock.
Dafoe as Green Goblin. You get to see Doc Ock. You know, and then at the end of the movie, it's a hologram. That wouldn't be
Yeah.
bad.
It wouldn't be bad. It's just like you would be like, really?
Like, why'd they do that?
Yeah, like that it has no place here.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it would be. Like, damn, dude, like they got the best of us. you
Yeah.
know?
That's what I meant. Like that's a big like fu to us at that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Marvel.
Yeah, they're like, well, we didn't want these guys in this movie, but since you guys asked for it, here you go.
that would be.
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, I just thought about it. Willem Dafoe died in the first Spider-Man.
So okay, all right.
So it
cool.
would be a different Green Goblin.
So
no?
Green Goblin died, or William Dafoe's character died. Electro died.
I didn't
He
see that movie,
dies.
so I didn't know that.
Doc Ock dies.
Doc Ock, yeah, I remember him dying.
And Lizard dies. All these
Does
characters,
Lizard die?
I believe so.
I don't remember if he dies or
Either
not.
that or he turns back into his human. I can't
I
remember.
believe he turns back
But
human.
all these characters technically died. So what they're saying
So they
is
would
that
all come back.
no, it's not even that. They're saying that so Doc Ock, for example, um, it would they would bring him in before he dies. And
That's what I was gonna say.
before
Is
his-
their
you remember, like,
timelines are all on different
you remember,
periods.
yeah, exactly. You remember on in Spider-Man 2 when the thing breaks on his back of his neck?
Yeah, and he's like
And
he's
he can't
paralyzed and
control-
he's dead.
Like no,
Pretty
he
much.
can't control the arms
Yeah.
anymore. Like the arms are controlling him. People are saying that in the new trailer, you can see that the arms are red, and when the arms are red, that means that the arms are in control, not Doc Ock.
Oh yeah, because in the
So-
in the second movie, that's what happens. They turn red when
Yeah,
it
so they're
breaks.
saying that around that time when the arms take over is when he's gonna be brought in to this universe.
So he'll be even more dangerous.
Exactly, and then they're saying that the Green Goblin's gonna be brought into the universe as soon as he becomes Green Goblin,
Rather than
rather than waiting till
when he dies.
Exact. I mean, when he
Before he dies.
the thing is before he dies, he's still bad.
Yeah, he's always bad.
Yeah. So, and then there's another theory that one of our friends messaged me today about, saying that uh the the Avengers building got bought out, and that it wasn't bought out by the Fantastic Four because that's what everyone's thinking. That it was actually bought out by Oscorp, which is a good theory and
That
it
would make
works.
sense.
But this is where the theory kind of falls. So the theory's good, in theory, for Spider-Man.
Sorry,
Abuse.
Mike.
the theory, the theory's good for Spider-Man. But now let's say Spider-Man's not in the MCU
anymore. Yeah.
and now he's back to Sony, right? They have to change that building.
Yeah, that would
They
really
can't use
that would
Oscorp.
really mess up that timeline.
Yeah. So I mean,
Then again-
in theory, for Spider-Man, it works.
Then
and it will
again, we're gonna keep jumping on theories. The other theory is that all of this is gonna go into Andrew Garfield's universe, and his universe isn't a part of the MCU.
Which makes
That would make sense
more
if
sense.
it was Oscorp building. Then
Which
that makes
honestly,
sense.
I would not hate if Andrew Garfield does get another shot. He wasn't my favorite Spider-Man,
He wasn't mine either.
but the look of his movies were nice. Like the look, it was modern, you know.
Yeah.
And I could see.
I saw a comparison video of like the three of them, like doing
I mean,
fights
Tobey
in the
Maguire.
movies.
Tobey Maguire will always be my Spider-Man. That's,
Oh, I
that's
agree.
my. That's like I like.
I like Tom Holland.
I like Tom Holland
a lot, but
I like Andrew Garfield a little bit, but Tobey Maguire, he's almost
he's like
partially
Spider-Man
ripped
royalty.
out of the. He's like like partially ripped out of a comic book, you know, like his
Yeah.
character. So but apparently like the Sony verse, which is Venom, Kraven the Hunter, Morbius, and
Andrew
if they
Garfield.
do and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and that's if they make another Andrew Garfield, is technically would be all in that universe.
Yeah.
Now they're saying because Venom technically hasn't been the bad guy,
No, he's been a good guy in his movies.
so they're saying that he's gonna be the Spider-Man of that universe.
Which I mean, that
I don't like. I honestly, personally, don't like that because I want to see Venom be the bad guy for one movie. Like, imagine Spider-Man versus that Venom.
I agree. I think
I can see Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man being the bad guy
of
of that universe.
I just
and-
thought of another
Oh,
theory.
go.
I was gonna say so we're gonna move towards that movie as well, since we're talking about Venom. What if Venom absorbs some of Carnage and that's what turns him bad?
Oh, I could see that happening too.
And then
that's where Spider-Man will
Andrew
come into
Garfield
play.
fights him.
I could see that happening.
Because right now Venom it's kind of like in the movie when he's like, or in the trailer he's like, he's like, nope, that guy's red, and he like turns back human, and he's like, I'll let you eat anybody, and he's like,
So
okay.
that's another thing. So the symbiote, right? The Venom symbiote, is supposed to feed off of like anger. And so
Yeah,
like the
and it
reason why
doesn't.
he likes Spider-Man is because he's angry. And it, to me, like the partially why I don't like the Venom movies so far
It's because they
is
haven't
because of that. Because they don't follow like
that he's anger.
that he's angry and
He just
he
likes to eat
jokes.
humans.
Yeah, and he jokes a lot. And Venom in the comic book jokes, but it's
It's not
like
to this extent, is what you
yeah,
mean.
yeah, and
He's
like
like joking the whole movie.
for example, when they show Carnage and like you just said, he's like, "Oh shit, that's a red one."
Yeah, and he like turns back human.
I
Yeah,
feel like that shouldn't be that like that. It should have been like Venom should have been like, "Yo, I'm gonna get this guy,"
like how Carnage has like all the things coming out of him. Like Venom should have that,
Well,
but black.
Venom has well, when you see Venom normally, he has like the goo,
That's what I mean.
and
He should
they don't show that.
instead of him turning back human, he should be like, oh, that's a red one, and then the goo starts coming out, and like he goes like crazy.
Now,
That would be awesome.
Now they should be afraid of Carnage though, because Carnage is super strong.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Carnage is actually an offspring of Venom. So
Yeah, that's
in
why
the
he
comic
bites him.
book, well, in the movie he bites him. In the comic book, Eddie Brock escapes like the prison that he's in.
Eddie Brock.
They're in the same prison, and Eddie Brock escapes,
Oh,
and
okay.
a piece of the symbiote falls off and goes onto Cassidy, and that's how he becomes Carnage.
Hmm.
So technically, they're the same symbiote.
But he's stronger for some reason,
It's because Cassidy's crazy.
and the crazy
He
fuels.
it fuels it.
Which explains why it's red. So like he's crazy and he's angry because he's a he's a serial killer.
He
So
likes to eat cereal. That means
Yeah, he's crazy and he's a serial killer.
yeah. I think he might
So
need a
he's
little bit
angry.
of therapy for that.
Yeah,
But
that's what Carnage is for.
I just kind of want to see what they do. I am gonna go watch it. Obviously, I've watched every Spider-Man movie, and Venom is a part of the Spider-Man universe, and that's one of my favorite superheroes, and I like all the villains from that universe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch all the movies. Morbius and Kraven the Hunter as well, only because I want to see what they do with them. But I hope they don't ruin Carnage.
I don't think Woody
So-
Harrelson will let Carnage be
See,
ruined.
that's the thing is I think Woody Harrelson's gonna do an awesome job as the character. Sorry, Mike.
Abuse.
I think Woody Harrelson's gonna do awesome as Cassidy.
Just in the
I
trailer
think-
alone, he's like,
Yeah, it looks crazy.
he
It
looks
It looks
awesome.
insane. But I think that the writers is what messes it up.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not necessarily the actors.
It's crazy how
Or-
they can get those Spider-Man movies so good, but they can't get
but they
Venom
can't-
right.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they try to change stuff so much, and instead of keeping to the source material, they changed. They're like, oh, we're gonna change a little bit, but they changed so much.
Yeah.
But at least he's not talking like Bane, because imagine Venom talking as Bane. That's a red one. That's a red one, but that's Skeletor. So moving on to Morbius, I wanted to talk about Morbius. 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, of course.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Um,
I honestly, I will
the movie
say,
looks good.
so far, Sony having most of the control of this whole universe.
Yeah.
They have picked almost near perfect for every single role.
Oh, I agree. I feel like the people that they are picking for the movie, and
Is
it's not necessarily Sony. It's the people who are making the movie. Like they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I want this person to play this. I think they're doing perfect in casting.
because like we were saying, Woody Harrelson, perfect Carnage.
What's funny is, for the longest time, I was like, and then we're talking years. We're talking before Spider-Man 3 came out, right?
You were like thinking who could play
I was
Carnage?
like, no, I was like Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
Jim Carrey for the longest. We would talk about it and we're like, man, who could play Carnage? And we're like,
Well, even
Jim Carrey.
even we all went and saw Venom all together.
Yeah.
And then we saw Woody Harrelson, and all of us after the movie were like, why Why Woody Harrelson? And now that we're seeing him in the trailer,
Yeah,
like they couldn't have done any better.
yeah, no, and I think he's gonna, I think he'll kill it as the character. Um,
But going back to Morbius, like we were saying, like Jared Leto, I think he's perfect for that role.
so yes, I think he'll do a good job. I just hope that they follow, because it's
The
obviously
comic
an
book.
origin story.
Yeah.
I hope they don't try to make him like, he's not a bad guy. He is and he isn't. It's weird.
He's that middle ground.
He's
He's like what Venom kind of is. He's like
Venom becomes an anti-hero, kind of like what
yeah.
Deadpool is, right? But Morbius is like Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is only a bad guy because he's trying to keep someone alive.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Freeze tries to keep his wife alive, so he has to do things that he doesn't want to do, but he does it. That's kind of what Morbius is. Morbius is like the Mr. Freeze of the Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
He has to do stuff to stay alive. And, like when he...
That's like the blood thing.
Yeah,
he
like
has to absorb
he
blood
absorbs
and all
people's blood to live. Because if he doesn't, he'll die,
that.
right?
Yeah.
So I just hope that they go about the movie the right way. That's the thing about Spider-Man. His villains have backstories too.
Yeah.
It's like Batman.
I'm kind of happy that they're
you know,
diving into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like well, any supervillain, right, has a backstory, but the most deepest backstories I think in comic books, honestly, for villains is Spider-Man or Batman.
Yeah,
To me, at least, there might be more and there might be other ones, but I feel like they have such a big rogues gallery, and every character or every villain has a
like a reason.
In-depth backstory. Even if it's a small character, they have an in-depth backstory. So I just hope they do Morbius right. I hope I like Jared Leto, and I don't think he'll do a bad job.
I think he'll kill it.
I think he'll kill it. I just hope that they follow the story or do as close to the story. I hope they don't pull a Venom and
Make it like a joke kind of
yeah,
thing.
make it a joke, because it does look like a more serious movie though.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say based on just the trailer alone, it looks like it's gonna be
No, it looks dope.
one of the best movies.
I
I
like
think
there's a part in the trailer where he's like teleporting, and it just reminded me of Nightcrawler.
yeah, it did.
I was
a
like, oh,
little
that's
bit.
kind of cool.
I do want to kind of say I think this Spider-Man movie in general, I think this Spider-Man movie is gonna beat all the records.
Oh, dude, so far
Box office weekend, I think it's gonna.
it beat Avengers Endgame on the trailer.
Yeah.
So it's the most watched trailer
In the
ever
world, yeah.
right now. So
I think
I
it's
definitely
gonna
think-
destroy every record that there is. I know Avatar has the box office like
no, I thought they lost it.
no, they still have it.
Do they?
Like total whatever that number is.
Then that movie was garbage.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Did we?
Yeah,
That
and I
movie
don't
was
think it was
garbage.
garbage, but
It looked nice, but the movie itself was garbage. It was Pocahontas on crack.
you're not wrong. But
It was
that
Pocahontas in the
that's
future, and
that
then I can
movie
go into
still
your body.
holds pretty much, yeah. That movie still holds whatever. I don't remember what that record is.
Yo,
It's like
Titanic
total.
was better than Avatar.
Apparently not according to box
Yeah.
office. But it has something. I don't remember what the record is. It's like the most watched movie of all time or something like that. I honestly I think Spider-Man's gonna beat it. It's gonna
Maybe.
take a few years for it to hit that mark, but I think it's gonna beat all the other like opening weekend records, opening week, opening month. It's probably gonna be movie of the year, like
can
all
see
that
that.
stuff. I think it's gonna beat all those
And
records.
it still won't get an Oscar.
Yeah, DiCaprio still won't get the Oscar for it.
Ooh, if Leonardo DiCaprio was a villain in Spider-Man, who do you think he would be?
I could see him being Kraven the Hunter.
No,
No,
no, because they have the Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I feel like he's gonna do good. Have you watched oh man, what movie was he just in? Tenet. Have you watched Tenet?
no.
Oh, so he's in that movie.
I'm gonna watch that movie.
That movie is awesome.
Isn't that? I've heard that movie's like super confusing.
Yeah, if you don't, I mean, if
you're not
if you just
following
watch
it,
it and
yeah.
you don't watch, if you're just watching it just to watch it, yeah, you're not gonna get it. But it's pretty clear. I mean, by the end of the movie, it's pretty clear.
Oh, okay.
But he's in
I
that
haven't
movie and
watched
he
that
has a
yet.
beard, and I was like, yep, yep,
He's gonna be
that's
Craven.
Craven, yeah. And this was a little bit even before, so they announced the movie, and then they announced him being Craven the Hunter.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I don't know who DiCaprio could play, honestly.
man, I think
He could be Polka Dot Man. I'm just kidding.
Polka Dot Man. Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's see, who can you be as a Marvel villain? If we were to pick a Marvel villain,
We could do Marvel.
a Marvel villain.
Doctor Doom. I think he would be awesome
Damn.
as Doctor Doom.
Yeah, maybe he might be actually. I could
You
see him
said
being,
Marvel, and I was like Doctor Doom
I
immediately.
could see him being Doctor Doom.
Just because, have you ever seen? I assume you've seen Django.
Yeah. Oh
Unchained.
yeah. Oh, that's an amazing
Yeah,
movie.
he was. He
You know
was.
the scene. You know the scene where he smacks the table.
Yeah,
you know
it's
that
real.
was real.
Yeah, he
That's
cut his hand
crazy.
open.
Yeah, that's insane. And then, if you look at, it's funny because every time we watch the movie, we laugh at the same part because it's that scene. So he has blood and he's pulling glass out of his arm, out of his hand, and they didn't stop filming. They kept going. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was still in character, and Samuel L. Jackson noticed it, and then when he takes his hand and he wipes it on the girl's face, that's his blood
Yeah,
on her
that
face.
wasn't fake.
And her reaction to it
Was
was
genuine.
real.
Yeah.
Is she like, oh, there's blood on my face? You know, like she saw him put blood on, and
Yeah.
then Samuel L. Jackson's face. If you watch that part,
He's like-
is his face is like it.
It was
it-
like
it's
the best
funniest-
reaction.
yeah,
they could
funniest
have
reaction.
gotten. Yeah.
But it's such a real reaction though. Like they literally like had that just going.
yeah, again, that just that one scene, Doctor Doom.
Damn, Doctor Doom. That would.
I
I'm trying to
he
think
could
like
play Dr.
he
Doom
probably
really
would be
well.
a good Doctor Doom. Because I could see him definitely destroying the Fantastic Four.
I don't know. In Spider-Verse, I can't really think of anybody that he
Yeah.
could play better than what they already have, kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. Because I feel like even like Shocker was in Shocker was in the last movie, I believe, right?
Shocker.
Yeah, the dude with the like the crossbone arms.
Oh yeah.
So that was Shocker. I
Yeah.
felt like they should have had Shocker in the movie more.
Maybe he's in this movie.
What happened?
He could be.
He could be. I mean, technically, he went to jail.
Yeah, he
He
could
could be
be in
free.
this one.
I mean, Zavala has to play Zavala, you know. No, just
I was like,
change
where did
subject.
where did that
Change
come from?
subject. No, honestly, like, man, yeah, I think Doctor Doom. I think he would be an awesome Doctor Doom.
Yeah, Doctor Doom would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doctor Doom.
I think
Alright.
I think we're gonna end.
You heard it here first. If they say DiCaprio is Doctor Doom, we predicted it.
Oh,
All right, that was a good episode. So
yeah, that was pretty fun. I had a great time talking about.
yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Jinx.
Hey, oh snap!
All
All right,
right.
you a Coke, I guess.
Thanks everybody for listening. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Gio.
Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, 5 stars, Uber, Lyft, Yelp, Uber Eats, Barnes and Noble, Amazon.
Yeah, and the most important, because I feel like we never say it though.
What, YouTube, Spotify?
YouTube and Spotify.
the two actual things that we're on.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify.
Yeah. Also follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
He is
G to the 666.
and I am TJ Maverick.
Hopefully, if we can figure this out on the YouTube channel, I'll try to put them down here
So we can
like,
share, subscribe,
and
then you click on
whatever
it
you
and it
want,
goes
yeah.
to our Instagram. Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. We'll find out.
If you're listening to audio, just go.
Good
to
luck.
The... Yeah, pretty much. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good time, good day, whatever it is.
Good evening.
Good evening.